Welcome back. Got a question for you guys. Do you believe that a frog can turn into a prince? Did you know they're still teaching that fairy tale in schools, although instead of a magical kiss, no. Now it's millions and billions of years. There are two ways to look at this world. One is to look at the Earth and say, this is amazing, a Big Bang made this from nothing. That is called the humanist worldview. The other way to look at the world is to say, wow, there's an incredible design here. There must be a smart designer. This is called the creationist worldview, and it is at war with the humanist worldview. Someone is wrong. And I'm going to show you who that is. First, let's try answer the 4 great questions according to the 2 worldviews. Let's use evolution first. Who am I? What am I worth? Well, if evolution is true, you're nothing important. You're just a bunch of protoplasm that washed up on the beach. And you're not worth a thing. In fact, since you're a polluter of the environment, the more of you we can get rid of, the better. That is normal evolutionary thinking, if evolution's true. Where did I come from? Well, if evolution is true, you're just the result of a cosmic burp 20 billion years ago by sheer accident. Why am I here? Well, if evolution is true, you're not here for a reason, you're actually here because there is no reason. And if it feels good, you might as well do it because you're going to die one day. So if you want to go murder anyone you want, or rob a bank, or, just make life miserable for everyone, by all means. I mean, hey, there's no meaning to life, right? Where am I going when I die? Well, if evolution is true, you're going to be recycled into an earthworm or a plant. Now, let's look at it from the other point of view. The Bible says, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." Now, if that's true, that gives us a very different set of answers to those questions. So, we better find out who God is and what He wants and do what He says. But you see, the devil doesn't like that. The serpent came to the woman and said, "Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?" ? The first thing out of the devil's mouth was a question to make Eve doubt God's word. The devil is still doing the same thing today. He wants you to doubt God's word. The next thing the devil said was, "Ye shall not surely die." He's calling God a liar. God told Adam and Eve, if you eat from the forbidden fruit, you will die. The third thing the devil said was, "Ye shall be as gods." And that is where the idea of evolution got started. It didn't start with Charles Darwin, it started with Satan in the Garden of Eden. He said to Eve that she could be like God. And that's what people believe today. Yes, boys and girls, we started as an amoeba, and then we turned into an earthworm, and we're getting bigger and stronger and better, and one day we're going to sail around the universe and discover new life forms, like Star Trek. People ask me all the time, do I believe there is intelligent life on other planets? And I say no, I don't think there's much intelligent life on this planet. Satan is a liar, and he wants to be God. He said in his heart, "I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High." Satan wants to be God. Well, the fact is that Satan can't be God because the job is not available. And he's all angry about that, so he hates God. But he can't do anything to God, so he hates us because we are made in the image of God. Did you ever wonder why Satan hates you so much? It's because you remind him of God. You are made in the image of God. And what better way is there to pervert the image of God but by claiming we came from animals? I'm convinced the devil is laughing at the people who believe in evolution because he's using it to take them down to hell. He doesn't believe it, but he's glad that you do. Adolf Hitler once said, "If you tell a lie long enough and loud enough and often enough, the people will believe it." He said they're more likely to believe a big lie than a small one. Teachers are commanded to stress that the Earth is thought to be at least 4.5 billion years old. This is a first grade textbook. It says Earth has changed much since its formation 4.5 billion years ago. Be sure to tell them again in second grade. Since its formation 4.5 billion years ago, Earth has changed. Question. Do the teachers know that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, or do they think that? They think that. Were they there? Of course not. The only people who think that the Earth is billions of years old are the people who have been born within the last century and have been taught that. Did you know in the early 1800s the world was thought to be about 10,000 years old? And then by the early 1900s it was thought to be about 2 billion years old, and now here in the year 2000 is 4.5 billion years old? Did you know the Earth is getting older at a rate of around a few million years per year? That's ridiculous. I only have 10 minutes per video because there is a limit on YouTube. Over the next few weeks I will be making some videos that are going to prove that the Earth is not billions of years old, and I'm going to be showing you that there is no evidence for evolution. So stay tuned. I'm not going to be able to cover every point I want to make in this video, but we're going to do our best to do what we can. Stay tuned for the rest of them, and let's keep going. Evolution is a very tricky word because there are over 5 definitions for it. Let's begin with the first one. First is cosmic evolution. If there is no God and the humanist worldview is true, they need to explain how the universe came to be, and that is what they use the Big Bang Theory for. It's the origin of time, space, and matter. We call it cosmic evolution or the Big Bang. This has never been observed, obviously, and there's no way to prove that it happened. So it is not science. Number 2, chemical evolution. The origin of higher elements from hydrogen, of course not proven either. Number 3, stellar and planetary evolution. Without the hand of God, you'd have to explain what the stars formed from or how they formed, and where the planets came from and how they formed. So stellar and planetary evolution has never been observed. We've never seen a star form, and we've never seen a planet form. We have theories of how it happened, but of course they're not founded in science. They're pure fantasy and speculation. Number 4, organic evolution, the origin of life from non-living material, otherwise known as abiogenesis, which has actually been proven wrong for over 200 years. Spontaneous generation is impossible, and there's no way to get life from non-living material. Number 5, macroevolution, changing from one kind of animal to another. Of course, also unobserved. We've never seen a monkey give birth to a human. We've never seen a dog give birth to anything but a dog. A banana has never created anything but a banana. Farmers rely on the fact that micro or macroevolution never happens. When they plant an apple, they expect to get an apple every time, and they do. Now, there is a 6th definition called microevolution, which is proven. What microevolution is variations within kinds. So you might get a Macintosh apple, and you might get a few different types of apples, but they're still apples. The first 5 definitions are religious. However, what teachers will do is they'll show you an example of the 6th definition, such as a little dog coming from a big dog, and then they'll sneak in the other 5 with it. This is not science. Scientists have been breeding the world's fastest reproducing animal, the common housefly, for the jillionth generation. There are now so many it's uncountable, and they're breeding them consecutively, one after another, trying to see when the fly will eventually not be a fly, and they're still making flies after all these years. No, animals do not change kinds. The Bible makes it clear as glass. They produce after their kind, after their kind. It says it over 10 times in Genesis chapter 1. Animals do not create other types of animals. Humans only create humans. Evolution does not happen. Let's start with cosmic evolution. You have 2 choices. Either somebody made the world, or the world made itself. You have no other choice. Now, you might ask, so if I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory, how did we get here? Well, obviously I believe God created the heavens and the earth, just as the Bible says. Now you're going to say, okay, so where did God come from? Well, you have 2 choices. Either the Big Bang, this explosion from nothingness, was the beginning, or God was the beginning. There had to be something that always existed, because nothing can only create nothing. So something always existed. And if you're going to say the universe always existed, okay, I'm just going to say God always existed. You see, both are religious. However, mine is backed up by facts, because I look around and I see a world that could not have been formed by blind chance spontaneous generation, and the rest of the gibberish that is in the textbooks. Let's do some reading together. This is in a textbook that our children read. In the realm of the universe, nothing really means nothing. Wow, that's deep. Not only matter and energy would disappear, but also space and time. However, physicists theorize that from the state of nothingness, the universe began in a gigantic explosion about 16.5 billion years ago. Wow, an explosion from nothingness! Yeah, that's science. No, that's a fairy tale. Can you believe they cut down a tree to print that? Well, this is the end of my first video, and I'm going to be making a few more. I'm just going to point to the side, and there should be some blue links on the side that I want you to check out, and I hope to see you guys soon. God bless.